Hey, good morning, church. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. So, as you know, we are starting through Revelation, and this morning we are coming into Revelation chapter 12. So, in Revelation chapter 11, what we just got finished studying, you see this picture of the two witnesses and then the seventh trumpet being blown. So, at the very last line, or the very last verse in chapter 11 says, God's sanctuary in heaven was opened, and the ark of his covenant appeared in his sanctuary. There were flashes of lightning, rumblings of thunder, an earthquake, and severe hail. So John right now is looking into heaven. He sees, right after he sees the ark of his covenant and everything going on, we get into chapter 12. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So chapter 12, verse 1. We start off, and this verse 1 through 6 is a very imagery heavy. This whole chapter is very imagery heavy, but this bit right here is very, very imagery intense. So if we just start off reading, a great sign appeared in heaven. So here's number one, right? Number one, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and cried out in labor and agony as she was about to give birth. So you see a pregnant woman clothed with sun, moon at her feet, and a 12-star crown, right? So that's number one. So then we go into verse 3. Then another sign appeared in heaven. So here's number 2. There was a great fiery red dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, and on his heads were 7 diadems. So if you don't know, a diadem is a jeweled crown or headband that it's a symbol of sovereignty. So on the 7 heads of this fiery red dragon, you have a diadem on each head, right? So then in verse 4, you see this interaction between the dragon and the woman, the pregnant woman, right? So then if you go into verse 5, then you get a third imagery. Verse 5 says, But she gave birth to a son, a male who is going to shepherd all nations with an iron scepter, and her child was caught up to God and to his throne. So if you look at that, in my Bible, son, the S is capitalized. So when you see something, son, he, anything like that capitalized in the Bible, then it's referring to God. So this is referring to God the Son, right? So if we keep going, after the birth, you see what happens with the pregnant woman. And then you get into verse 7. So then verse 7, 8, and 9 is another imagery-heavy portion of Scripture, and it's talking about a battle between Michael and the angels and the great fiery red dragon, which we then learn is the devil. Then you see that the fight, and then you see that Michael and the angels win and cast the devil and his angels out of heaven. So then the big part about this that really jumped out at me, verses 10 through 12, this is the amazing, wonderful, graceful, merciful story of salvation. This is the quick version of what's going on, and that the devil is fighting you, and then what Jesus did for us to save us. And that part is really awesome to read in a really quick way to just explain it, right? To lay it out, right? So then in verses 13 through 18, you continue seeing about the interaction between the woman and the devil, the great dragon. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless.